Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Outer Reaches. Playing as Imperial Guard, we have got Eren, whereas on the opposite side of the map, playing as Chaos, we've got DANTIST. DANTIST will be going for a fistful of cultists, a Chaos Armory and a Plasma Generator, whereas Imperial Guard will be going for double Tech Priest Engine Seers, double Guardsmen and a Infantry Command. So I must say that the Chaos Armory and Cultist opening is probably one of the best things to do as a Chaos player against the Imperial Guard. I mean, what, these guys cost 80 blue money to come out, and grenade launchers are 20 blue money and 10 green money, so you can really pile on the pressure of those grenade launchers that do a lot of damage against the soft armour of the regular old Guardsmen. Also popping down a heavy bolter turret down smack bang in the middle of this contested strategic point. Although then again, in saying that, these Tech Priest Engine Seers have also got the same kind of feeling going on. We'll try and shoot up this heretic, and while he's trying to dance his way quicker into building it up, they will sadly lose him just, oh dear, just under the build time of the heavy bolter turret, so narrowly preventing that. If that heavy bolter turret went up, that would certainly have stops the Imperial Guard from taking on that strategic point early on in the game. Cultists are finally going to go for their grenade launchers. And to be honest, these Tech Priest Engine Seers got a good amount of commander armour, so they won't be taken down by these cultists anytime quick. Now being flanked by another cultist squad, however, probably won't want to stay there for too long. Command squad now with a priest and going for the traditional psyker as what the Guardsmen are doing. The Guardsmen are just capturing their bits and bobs around the battlefield. A commander will be able to harass and harry these cultists for a fairly long time, as these guys' DPS isn't amazing against commander armour, as we mentioned earlier. We'll see a heavy bolter turret being popped down here, which will cover not only this strategic point but also this critical location, so a wonderful placement for it. Also prevents them from manoeuvring around this critical location and this strategic point over here as well. Quite nice. A big zap coming from the psyker, taking down one model of these cultists. Fairly low health for a couple of these models. But then again, I mean, this is, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squads, yeah, 5 squads of cultists, all going for double grenade launchers, so that's 10 in total. Guardsmen not wanting to take part in ranged combat will charge with their bayonets and see if they can give these guys the wrong one. They will be taken down very quickly, which is not what they want. Heavy bolter turret will probably be finished by the... Oh no, the Tech Priest Engine Seer is sadly dead. Command squad is going to stay in this heavy cover, and they're quite happy firing away at these guys. Will out DPS them quite substantially, but then again, over on the mountain, providing artillery support more or less. Yeah, these guys are not in a pretty position at the moment. Will be slowly bombasted back home with a lovely little lightning symbol for the Guardsmen. Do you have anything cool for the... Oh, never lightning. Lightning on lightning. Who said lightning did not strike twice in the 41st millennium? Command squad deciding that this is a bad job and going to go back home. A bunch of Guardsmen over here on auto-reinforce. So these guys are in the business of just keeping the centre. Over here we do have a Tech Priest Engine Seer trying to build up this heavy bolter turret, but sadly will not get it down. And now these cultists will destroy this heavy bolter turret unless it is cancelled by Eren. Does not seem like he will do. Oh yeah, it does get that cancelling. So we'll be able to recycle what we'd like to see. Anything crazy going on? We've got Commissar coming on, more Tech Priest Engine Seers. But yeah, Chaos player just quite happy sticking on that tier 1 with his cultists for the moment. He's got lots of other things to capture from this strategic point. This one over here, I haven't even captured the relic as of yet. But then again, so has the Imperial Guard. Everyone focusing a lot on just doing their early engagements. Commander free to roam in the base there. Man should be looking at this plasma generator. If we can take this on, then the cultists won't be able to reinforce their grenade launchers. Instantly losing the morale. Commas are not doing the best of jobs. But yeah, these grenade launchers are real pain for the Imperial Guard in the early game. Probably wants to tech up into tier 2 at some point. Using Chimera is probably the way forward to avoid the death and sadness that these grenade launchers are showing the guardsmen at the moment. Oh yeah, another charge trying to take on, but not doing all that much. If these Tech Priest Engineers can tie up these cultists and the guardsmen can regain their morale, we'll be able to win a firefight. Going to try again for this heavy bolter turret. Double Tech Priest Engineers might be able to do it if the guardsmen can keep these guys occupied. Using the heavy cover to their advantage, commas are going to break off from these boys and charge on these guys. It's a desperate attempt. Like I said, if we can get this heavy bolter turret online, this will certainly change how this northern part of the map will fare. Man squad joining the fray as the Psyker blast these guys with his psychic Watsits. Heavy bolter turret not looking like it's going to be finished anytime soon. Don't know if the Tech Priest Engineers managed to get there. I know all Tech Priest Engineers have gone down, sadly. Pardon me. Yeah, good amount of cultists staying alive. The guardsmen instead decide to focus on this strategic point over yonder. Tech Priest Engineer just kind of chilling out here. Probably not going to survive the gauntlet if he runs through all this.
So shall it be done.
Yeah, very desperate engagements in the early stages of this game. We're going to see some more Tech Priest Engineers. In fact, 62 and 10 compared to 72 and 20. No one's got a big enough amount of money for tier 2 at the moment. Although the Chaos player does look like he's on the way for it. But we'll stay on the Imperial Guard side just so we don't have to listen to the cultists whinging and whining every 5 minutes. But yeah, managing to build up a plasma generator over here as the listening post has been upgraded. No relic love for the Chaos player or the Imperial Guard player at the moment. It takes too long for them to build it up. Falling back, allowing the Imperial Guard to capture lots of stuff over here. Tech Priest Engineer looks like it might finally get this heavy bolter turret on the way. These cultists not sure what their plan is. I think alone the Commissar on his own over yonder. This guy will retreat. Heavy bolter turret being cancelled. As the listening post will be finally built up over yonder. But yeah, surely tier 2 is looking. There we go, tier 2 for the Chaos player. Man squad charging in. A little bit of stutter stepping coming from these cultists. Not entirely sure what the idea for the Chaos player would be after this. I mean, he's committed a lot of money for these cultists. Not sure what he'll transition into. Not sure if Rhinos would be the play for him. Maybe even a Hell Tunnel. I mean, a Hell Tunnel would be a great idea considering that there is a very small ridge for them to transport over. And there's lots of vulnerable stuff for the Chaos player to mangle and destroy. And I suppose that while the Hell Tunnel is going to go down here and destroy lots of stuff, the Imperial Guard wants to decide whether they defend the top or the bottom. And if they do defend the top, oh sorry, if I said if they defend the bottom, then the cultists have got free reign to destroy anything and everything. Listing post, not been finished. Will be assaulted by the cultists. Relic over here, finally being captured. Same over on the Chaos side. Heretic on all fours, like some demented dog. There we go. Listening post going down on that side. Tier 2 going for the Imperial Guard. And what are the Chaos player... Well, sorry, what is the Chaos player thinking of? I do apologise, my grammar's not working today for some reason. It's been quite a tiring day at work. Oh dear, oh dear. Cult is just dying just after finishing that machine pair. There we go. The predictive power of the caster. The Hell Talon is on his way. I'll be honest, I always watch the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game to see if there's action from the get-go. But after that 2 or 3 minutes, it's all cold casting, baby. Cult is laying siege to this listing post as the commander hides with its protective concrete, or rockcrete shall we say. Guardsmen pushing these cultists away, and with their current numbers they might actually be able to get them in. Okay, not the perfect prediction. I'm going to go for some heavy weapons teams instead. Mind you, though, they don't have the green money available for Chimera nonsense. The heavy weapons team being able to resist the fire of the cultists. Hell Talon doing what it can against this listing post. Yeah, actually, it's going to do a fair decent amount of job. Command squad leaving that listing post on its own. Mechanized command on the way. The superior range of the heavy weapons team been upgraded with the las cannon. Double priests. And these guys will chew through any building they get into close combat with. I mean, look at that, just turning it into mincemeat. But again, the Hell Talon, ideal counter for the priests, in the sense that these priests don't have anything in the way of ranged combat. But a las cannon will certainly make these Hell Talons think twice about moving too far into the base. I mean, already bringing it down to half health. Gonna see a Chimera as well. But yeah, where are the rest of the cultists? Have they all just died? Where have the cultists gone? Must have been killed by something.
Victory countdown has begun.
Oh, have they not? Oh no, oh, they're all infiltrated, that's why. So yeah, we'll need a Psyker or two to keep the cultists in check. Priest not giving one iota about it. They're going to charge straight in, but then charge straight out. Not sure what they want to do with their lives. Defiler on the field now, using fire, autocannon, and artillery alike, making quick work of these priests. Won't be able to get down that upgraded listing post, which is a crying shame for them. Heavy weapons team redeploying, and a little bit of a standstill at the moment. Oh no, not a standstill, there's still some action going on over here as the cultists gradually beat down this listing post. Yeah, good counters from both players. Cultists being infiltrated will be able to get up close and personal with those heavy weapons teams. Violet being the ideal unit for any sort of situation. Not amazing at any one particular role, but able to fulfill the form of a close combat walker, artillery piece, all that jazz. Critical location on the south being captured. Hell Talon needs to be repaired at some point. Got a sacrificial circle as well as tier 3 going for the Chaos player. Chimera jumping round the side. Guardsmen losing their morale as the Chaos dustbins are being sent over. Psyker getting a Curse of Machines built on this Hell Talon. Witnessing of Doom over on this side as the command squad finishes off this cultist squad. Hellfire, sorry, not Hellfire, Hell Talon being taken down, but the cultists not giving up on this Chimera. Won't do all that much damage to it.
5 minutes.
The Guardsmen are able to fire outside of the Chimera. Yeah, control area victory and a critical control victory going in favour of the Chaos player. Managed to capture all these places as well as the critical locations. So Eren will have his work cut out for him if he wants to stay in the game. Going for heavy bolter turret down here. Las cannon ready to rip apart any Hell Talon nonsense. Gonna go for Cascans. A little bit faster, pack a little bit more punch than your regular guardsman. Tier 3 almost finishing for the Chaos player. Both is being scared away by the combined fire of the guardsman and command squad alike. We'll go for the decap. And to be honest, have they got all 3? Yes, so the guardsman will have to capture, well, decapture another critical location if they want to stay in the game. Mine's been popped down here. Last cannon fire going on these cultists. And the command squad looks like it's been... Yeah, command squad has been wiped out. Cascan's now been recruited. Yeah. Oh no, he hasn't been wiped out. He's just been killed. These other dudes are still in the fray. That's something. Healing pit on the way, so I might expect to see some bloodthirsters. Or even some possessed marines, which will certainly cause some concern for the Cascans. Very quick, very deadly. Especially with all the upgrades as well. Defiler just standing in the middle. Priest keeping himself alive by praying to the God Emperor of Mankind. And just a disco going on over here of last crystal fire. Chimera showing the business. Moving into the Chaos base. Very slowly, I might add. Trundling along calm as you like. Kaskan's now cooked with their priest. And a basilisk on the way. But to be fair, the basilisk will certainly destroy anything and everything in the form of the cultist. Oh, it's got a Vindicare assassin as well. Which will, I do believe it's a one-shot, one-kill for these cultists. Won't kill them very fast. Oh, there we go, look at that. Possessed Marines on their way. If these guys could tie up the Cassicans, they will certainly not have the best of times. Valkyrie fire going on down here. Attacking even the infiltrated. Minefield as well. If these Cassicans can bring these guys towards the minefield. Heavy bolter as well. These possessed Marines, as tanky and chunky as they are, aren't going to survive for very long. Sentinel on their way out as well. Probably aiming to deal with those Defilers. Obliterator's now out. And they will finish off this Chimera if it doesn't get out of the pain zone.
2 minutes until taken hold victory.
My
3
devotion
minutes
is
until
assured.
control area victory.
Thought they broke our backs.
Do apologise, I just had to hold on, if you just give me 2 seconds. So I just got a phone call. I had to decide whether it was appropriate to ignore the phone call or not. And I did, because it was from an unknown number. So it's probably some man trying to sell me some stuff on the internet. Trying to get me to buy some of those prepaid cards. Or whatnot. Either way, Caskins pushing away these possessed Marines. Obliterator's also not wanting to stay around for much longer. Basilisk's really adding to the fury as Ogrins are on the field. Good elite composition of Imperial Guard forces here. And by praying to the Emperor staying alive, they will be able to weather the storm of this Defiler.
1 minute.
But being surrounded by possessed Marines, well, that's not really what they want to be involved in. We'll need to start decapping these critical locations at some point. There we go, they will manage to get that just in the nick of time. Ogrin's also going to join in the decapping detail. Sentinel caught between a rock and a hard place. Not surviving that assault. Command Squad not giving up on these Obliterators. And it's quite hard to see who's got the upper hand here. Both,
Until taken hold victory.
or how shall I say, both forces at the moment have got a really good composition. Although with the elite units of the Imperial Guard, I imagine they'll be able to weather the storm of these cultists a lot better than the cultists can weather their storm. Possessed Marines, though, really taking these Ogrins to the cleaners, managing to decap a critical location in the nick of time before running away with their Ogrin tails between their legs. These guys have now got to try and decap at least one of these listing posts within the next 57 seconds. Otherwise, all hope is lost. Ogrins are not able to retreat any further. We'll have to hold the line here against double Hell Talons and a Defiler. Defiler looks like it's been taken down by this priest. So it's been forced into the dead place by the Hell Talons. Possessed Marines being the dark spear of this charge. Cassicans sending these Obliterators backpacking. Have they now got to decap this place? But the Cassicans are able to decap things fairly quickly, I do have to say. And by this hair on their chinny chin chin, able to save the day. So very near victory from the Chaos player. Obliterator's just kind of standing around. Must have been stunned by something. Let's see another Sentinel on the way. Command Squad on his own, going to recruit another Psyker. And yeah, how much? 157 and 94 to 105 and 52. It's a definite economic advantage for the Chaos player, but has he got any more? I mean, yeah, the cultists are doing their bit, but not sure if the cultists are really contributing all that much to the killing power of the Chaos forces. I've lost a couple of cultists there. Combined power of the Obliterators and the Possessed. Certainly giving these Ogrins something to think about, but not entirely sure if that's all they need.
Yes, Lord.
Might have to transition into having a couple of Space Marines, if anything, just to... Oh, there we go, they're going to go for a Chaos Lord and a Hell Talon. But maybe a squad of Space Marines with heavy bolters, just to provide that constant DPS against the heavy infantry of the Casticans and the Ogrins.
6 minutes until taking hold victory.
Space Marines really doing what... Well, they've certainly held the Imperial Guard back. But it does look like the Imperial Guard are slowly but surely building up their momentum here. These Cascans really being an excellent unit choice. Sentinel, dear oh dear, being chased around by this Hellturn, not being given a second to breathe. And these Possessed Marines also trying to hunt down these Ogrins at every opportunity that they have. Now, 1 versus 1 engagement, these Possessed Marines will win more or less every single time. Unless, of course, there's a priest in the mix using that God Save the Emperor ability to keep these guys alive. And yeah, these guys will run away until that ability comes off cooldown. Double Helltown, 1 Helltown being shot out of the sky by these Sentinels. Chaos Machine Spirit going to go down on the Helltown as well. You see some more Defilers, Plasma Pistols as well, Chaos Sorcerer. I imagine that the Chaos Sorcerer can get a good Chains of Torment on these Casicans, and then if the Obliterators and the Possessed Marines can jump on these guys, that'll be it. I mean, the Imperial Guard, while impressive economy as it is
that the best you've got?
the Chaos Space Marines also have... In fact, where's the Vindicator at the moment? Oh, just chilling out in the middle, firing away at everyone and anyone. Yeah, actually, sorry, was that... Oh, no, yeah, the... Ah, yes, okay, sorry. Had to correct my brain on whose economy was whose. Yeah, a good amount of flirt for the Imperial Guard. Don't need to spend it all straight away, although then again, could do with getting maybe a couple more bits and bobs. Have they got all 3 Basilisk at the moment? Oh, they're going to go for full-scale war. That's what they were saving up for. For some Lehman Russes, maybe even a Baneblade, just to sweeten the deal. These Ogrins not dying at all. Sentinel almost been taken down by the Helltown, but not quite, managing to get the last laugh there. Another Chaos Machine Spirit going on this Defiler. Casper's gonna just charge straight in and get involved in close combat for reasons beyond my ken. It is thematic though, quite beautiful to see. And yeah, this Defiler might even go down. But reviving itself for dying. Do we have a Baneblade place yet? No, not quite. But it is on the cards. Chaos Player though, he's managed to keep these 2 listing posts up top. It's very impressive. Cult is still using their infiltration to good effect as the Horrors move forward, looking for any Imperial Guard vehiclery to take on. If vehiclery is even a word. Oh, there we go. Chains of Torment finally going down. Chaos Sorcerer also being reconvened. Another Defiler on the way as the Imperial Guard push into the Chaos base. And focus fire on this Demon Pit. If they can kill this, that will prevent them from summoning a Bloodthirster, should they be able to. Chaos Sorcerer being roundly ignored by the command squad. Senpai is not noticing him for sure. Morale being broken on these Casicans. They are going to fall back. Assassin probably going to focus a lot on these Chaos Sorcerer, but will be seen now. Good zap coming from the Psyche. The Chaos Sorcerer not really making that much of an impact all the times we've seen him being researched and recruited. Cascan's not doing all that much damage. In fact, actually not being able to out DPS the Chaos Sorcerer's regen. Oh, he says as he gets killed. Yeah, Hell Talon looks like it will go down at some point soon. But it's really hard to tell who's got the advantage here. It's just a proper scrap, this. Ogren's constantly being engaged by those Possessed Marines. Cascan staying in the middle, trying to get whatever picks they can. And the cultists being relevant and useful all the way through this battle. Basilisk just staying in the middle, firing at what it can. Double priest coming out as well. Helltalon being thrown away more or less. But then again, they can provide even just a little bit of firing support just to keep these guys back. Every Bolter team adding to the long-range accompaniment of the Cassicans. Valkyrie being thrown around just a little bit. Not quite getting anyone.
4 minutes until taken hold victory.
And DANTIST still keeping on top of these critical locations. And again, even if he doesn't win those critical locations, they still do provide a little bit of blue money as well as excellent line of sight. I mean, he's able to see more or less half the map at any given time, which is very useful when trying to defend all your listening posts and keeping your economy afloat. Ogrins once again move over here, not allowing the Chaos player to rebuild this listening post. Going to focus on this heretic, but the possessed marines have seen them coming and will charge in before charging back out, because they have got to focus on whatever's going on down here. Man squad being punched around. We're going to go for, but has gone for double priest and the psychic. In fact, getting 4 minutes Retroon. Lehman Russ on the way. And to be honest, a combination of Lehman Russ, Cassicans, heavy weapons, and a whole flock of priests. It'll be quite difficult for them to deal with it. But it's not all over till Fat Lady sings. The Defilers are proving quite a difficulty, as well as these possessed marines, using their baleful fire to reduce the morale of these Ogrins. Heavy weapons autocannon. Not amazing against vehicles, but then again, it's a general all-rounder weapon. Double Curse of the Machine Spirit going on these Defilers as everyone turns their attention to this possessed squad. Possessed squad just narrowly eking out their existence over here. In fact, actually no. Oh, there we go. Died, but then just managing to reinforce themselves. And DANTIST throwing out the GG, seeing the writing on the wall as a Lehman Russ comes out. I mean, realistically, what else could he have done? I mean, I suppose it wasn't the end of everything, but they had a very elite unit composition. That Lehman Russ coming out of here as well would be a real difficult thing for the Force of Chaos to deal with. They had one horror squad, but not enough to really take down a Lehman Russ, as it could have just barreled in to the Chaos base with the Ogrins and the Cassicans flanking it. Cool, but very fun game. Thank you for sending it in, Eren. If you would like to support the channel, boys and girls at home, do have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week. My name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, and never a chore. I will see you in a bit. Peace.